an employment crisis, or I don't even know what's going on, but like,
Did you just give someone sloppy top on your little shitty Chevy? Is that why you got the black tears? Is that what's going on?
I, I worked so hard for 5 years and got a degree. I try my best. It shouldn't have taken 5 years, I guess, but now I'm like $100,000 in debt. And the only jobs that people want to try to give me are $15 an hour.
That's what you're worth. You living. You know what, chick? Welcome to living life.
Start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on top of this truth. Alright, this one right here, had another clip I was going to use that was more serious, but then I decided, you know what, let me go with this funny clip instead, right? And then get into the lesson, and I just put the serious clip at the end of the video, right? So, this is Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, and I'm going to read the second verse. And a man should be in hiding place from the wind, in the covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, in the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Alright. Then I'm going to skip down Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye courteous daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years should be troubled, ye courteous women, for the vintage shall fail. The gathering should not come. So that's pretty much letting us know that, you know, things are going to get bad, the economy is going to get bad, and the gathering will not come. Trouble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and grunt sackcloth upon your lungs. Thou shalt lament for the treats, for the pleasures of the fields, and for the fruit of the vines. And so that's all these good things, and the women get in America. You know, they're gonna be mourning when they go bye-bye. Alright, when this economy pretty much goes belly up. Alright? Cause as you can see, things are not looking good for Babylon the Great. Alright? Especially for the economy and anything like that. Cause they're talking about inflation, shortages, which could lead to famines and all that coming soon. Talking about, you know, canceling that wicked holiday Christmas that you shouldn't be celebrating to begin with. And you know, this is Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, in the 3rd and 4th verse. In the days when the keepers of the house should tremble, and the strong men should bow themselves, and the grinders should cease because they are fruit, and these that look out the window be darkened. And you know, this is letting you know, like, your plants and your factory jobs will be slowing down. You know, the grinding gonna cease because of this fruit. And the doors should be shut in the street when the sounds of the grinding is low, and it should rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the dollars of music should be brought low. So pretty much all the happiness, all the pleasures, all the bread and circus, you know, is gonna go bye-bye. Alright? And for, you know, women, that is what is gonna lead to this one of the things that's gonna lead to this Isaiah chapter 4 verses, I'm gonna read verses 1 through 4. In that day 7 women should take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. In that day should the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth should be excellent and comely for them that are escaped to Israel. And it should come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remains in Jerusalem shall be called holy, everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem. When the Lord should have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and should have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst therein by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. So this is saying after all these bad things take place on the earth, that he's gonna wash the women, because it's gonna cause the women to get back in line and get back in their order where they're supposed to be to begin with. Alright, because it's out of order for a woman to be over a man, to be equal to a man, or to be making what a man make. Alright, so and everything that's gonna happen is gonna cause the women to get back in line. And let's see, because we know that the order that the Lord set up, this is First Corinthians, the 11th chapter, the 2nd to 3rd verse. Now I praise you, brother, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. But I will have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of a Mashiach is Yahweh. So pretty much that is the divine order of things. You got Yahweh, then it's Yahweh Shai, then it's the man, then it's the woman. And this is New Testament scriptures, which always makes you wonder why plantation Christians hate to have to admit that the woman is supposed to be in submission upon the man. Now I'm going to play this video, or part of this video, and probably do some more scriptures, then play the rest of the video.
Equal pay is an issue that could affect many generations.
Oh yeah, this is a snippet from Jimmy Kimmel's show. Kids explain why women are paid less than men.
Of Americans, and since children are our future, according to the song anyway, I thought it would be a good idea to get their take on it. So we went out on the street, we asked kids to explain why they think women get paid less than men, and this is what they had to say.
Why do you think women get paid less than men for the same jobs?
Girls don't work as hard as the boys.
I have to
What
agree
do
with
they do
that.
instead of working hard?
Doing other stuff.
Like what kind of other stuff?
Texting and running on the track.
Why do you think that women get paid less than men?
Maybe women aren't acting as they should. Maybe they're acting weird, so people think that they shouldn't be treated as fairly as men would be.
How come the women make less money than men?
Because probably some women in California don't really have jobs.
Why do you think that women make less money than men?
I think because they're very underrated, because they can do more, but people expect them to do less.
What kind of more can they do?
Well, a lot of people underestimate them, and they could do so much more. There's jobs that men can't do that women can.
Like what?
Like, they can be an actress if they want.
And a man can't be an actress.
They can do whatever their heart tells them to do.
How come the woman gets paid less?
Alright, you can tell that's a young man that's been parents have completely brainwashed them the wrong way. Probably one of them kids that play with what they call it, the toys for both the males and the females, all that dumb shit. A boy is supposed to be a boy, and a girl is supposed to be a girl. Alright, but let me read a couple more Bible verses. This is 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, the 11th through 15th verse. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to exert authority over the man, but to be in silence. So a woman ain't supposed to have any job that puts her over a man. That goes up to the vice president, what's her name? Whatever her name is, Kamala, whatever it is. Her too, you know what I'm saying? No woman is supposed to be over a man, according to the scripture. Alright? Why? 13th verse. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she should be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. So a woman is saved by bringing kids forward into the nation. Alright? So a woman doesn't have the same role as a man, and therefore should not be trying to exert authority over the man. All right. Now, this is Genesis, the second chapter, and I'm gonna read the 20th verse on down. All right. All right. And Adam gave names to all the cattle, and to the fowls of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helpmeet for him. So it wasn't found a helpmeet for him. And the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And we know when they say one of his ribs, it means one of his next of kin, all right? Because we know that, that this is verses in this chapter simulate other stuff, all right? The word escaped me right now. I can't think of the word, but yeah, I know what I mean. All right. In the rib which the Lord Yahweh had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her into him. All right. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone, and flesh of my flesh. She should be called woman, because she was taken out of man. So pretty much, they was put together, and the Lord, only knowing the righteous way. All right. So the man and the woman. All right. It said, therefore should a man leave his father and mother, and should cleave unto his wife, and they should become one flesh. Now a lot of people think that means you can't have more than one wife, but yes, you can, because you can be one, because it say the man of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, the angels are gonna be one, and then we're gonna have one mindset, the mindset of the Father. All right, so you can be one with more than one. In other words, all right, so you can have multiple wives and still be one flesh, cause all y'all gonna be on the same page. All right, and they were both naked, and the man and his wife were not ashamed, which means they didn't know wrong, and so they both was naked and were not ashamed. So they didn't know right from wrong. All right, so I'm gonna play a little more of this video and get a few more verses.
Women might maybe do stuff a little bit wrong, but she still gets paid less.
Why does she do stuff a little bit wrong?
Because maybe she doesn't know those stuff, and maybe they didn't teach her those stuff.
But the guy knows that stuff?
Yes.
Do you think women are not as good at jobs as men?
They're very good, and they work all the time like my mom.
And how about men?
They work too.
Who works harder?
Moms.
Men and women should have equal rights. How do you think we're going to make that happen?
Maybe, if we have a good group of people to help around the world, or maybe a good president who could help.
And who would be a good president to help with that?
Probably Donald Trump.
Grab him by the pussy,
He
huh?
can,
Donald Trump.
I think he thinks of women and men same and equal.
Why do you think women make less money than men for the same jobs? Is this giving you a headache? Why do you think that women make less money than men?
Well, probably because women care about shopping more than work.
And so you think that they're kind of slacking off at work, shopping online, and that's, yeah?
All right, this is Sirach 26 verses 24, and I'll probably read on now. Other woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the wilder no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. If she go not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. So pretty much the scripture's saying, that a woman is supposed to do what the man say or be cut off. All right, because the woman is up under the man. Now, go back to 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, and skipping down to the 8th verse. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman created for the man. Alright, so that is why a man and a woman are not on the same page. Alright, the woman was created for the man. Alright, get a little more of the video.
Have you ever seen that happen?
No, but I think it.
Why do you think that women make less money than men?
Because men work harder in like real estate and other jobs.
How do you know that?
Because my dad's a real estate agent.
Have you ever seen a female real estate agent?
Yes, I've seen a couple.
And you think they don't work as hard?
I think they slouch.
Why do you think women make less money than men?
Because all the men make all the decisions and make all the rules.
She's right.
And it's always male presidents, and there's never a female president.
If there was a female president, do you think all that would change?
Probably a little bit.
Do you think that'll ever happen?
I hope so.
Why do you think women make less money than men for the same jobs?
I don't know. The world's just a messed up place.
Alright, now the world is a messed up place, but it's because the women are not in order. Alright, like the woman is supposed to be up under the man. Alright, this is Numbers chapter 30, verses 6 through 8. And she had at all an husband, when she vowed or uttered out of her lips whether she bounds her soul, and her husband hears it and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vow should stand, and her vow bonds which stand should bond her soul should she stand. But if her husband disallows her on this day and hear it, then he should make her vows which she vowed, that which she uttered with her lips, whether she bound her soul of no effect, and the Lord should forgive her. So pretty much saying a man has the right to overrule his woman's word. Alright, so that lets you know right there that the man is over the woman. Alright, because the man can, pretty much veto her word. If she say something and the man disagree with it, he can change it. Now, if he don't speak up, then the woman vow will stand. But the man has that right if she makes a vow to the Lord to overturn it if he hears it. Alright, this is from 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter, 1st verse. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that in any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversations of the wives. So it's telling a woman to be in subjection up under her own husband. Alright, so that lets you know right there that men and women are not equal. And once again, as you can see, most of these scriptures are coming out the New Testament. Alright, the woman was created to be a helpmeet for the man. Alright, this is Ephesians, the 5th chapter, and I'm gonna read the 22nd through 25th verse. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husband as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Amashiach is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Amashiach, like every man we are subject to Yahushua, we got to do what he say. So let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Alright, so the woman is supposed to be subject to her husband. Now, this is not a bad thing, especially if you got a man of the Lord. Now, if you got a worldly man, this could be a lot different. But a man of the Lord is going to take care of you. Alright? Because as we go on, husbands, love your wives, even as Amashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it. So, we supposed to love, your wife like the Lord loved the church and gave himself for it. So the same way, a man is supposed to be willing to protect his wife, even if, he have to give his life. All right. So that is something to remember. See, a man of the Lord is going to follow what these scriptures say. All right. So, with that, men and women are not equal. Things are getting put back in order. And as a clip I'm going to put in, I said maybe at the end, might put one in the beginning, but the clip I'm going to put in, as you can see, where the woman went to school and spent all their money just to get a job making $15 an hour. That's just where we at right now in America. But things are getting set back in order. And like the Lord said in Isaiah, alright, let me see, Isaiah, Isaiah the 13th chapter, 12th verse. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedges of Ophir. Alright, so what makes a man precious, is going to be fruit. And just like we read in Isaiah at the beginning, 32nd verse, that Isaiah the 32nd chapter, in the 2nd verse, a man should be as a hiding place from the wind. And what's the wind? That's the destruction and all the devastation that's coming on the earth. And as a converts from the tempest, as a river of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Alright, so pretty much a woman having a man is going to be a necessity, and that is what's going to cause Isaiah 4 for 7 women, 7 meaning completion. A complete number of women is going to take hold of one man. Alright, it's because for that protection. And as we can see, the Lord is beginning to set things back in order. Alright, and with that, Shalom.
Tonight, another 2.4 million Americans filing for first-time unemployment benefits, which brings the total to nearly 40 million since the pandemic began. But now employers are facing another problem, getting their employees to come back to work. Kyung La is out front.
Hello. How's it going? My name is Andrew, and I'm calling from Reliable Staffing.
As businesses look to reopen,
I will work with you during the COVID situation.
job recruiters like Andres Nunez search for people to take the jobs. Yet, 1 out of every 5 calls he makes.
They don't want to come out. They don't want to come out because the price isn't right.
How does unemployment fit into that piece?
People would rather just get the unemployment.
Because in many cases, it pays more. Unemployment benefits average more than $350 a week nationwide in state benefits, plus an additional $600 per week in federal stimulus funding.
Before unemployment, I was lucky to make between $250 and $300 a week.
This recent college graduate, who asked her name not be used, was laid off from a bowling alley in Ohio in March. Her untaxed unemployment is 3 times her old take-home pay.
I have been able to pay off my car 3 months early.
You are making more money not working. What do you think about that?
It's lessening the stress of going back to work.
Exposure to the virus is the biggest concern, she says, as